with the Eagles. He scored from 51 and 53 yards out. Jackson now has 31 career touchdowns of 50 or more yards. That's second in NFL history, trailing only a guy you might have heard of named Jerry Rice. To his former team, a tough start for Jameis Winston. The Bucs on Sunday, they dropped their season opener 31-17 to the 49ers, but with the chance to lead a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter, Winston threw his second pick-6 of the day, sealing the loss. He is a turnover machine, it would seem, and it's picked up right where he left off, unfortunately, with 3 more. Jameis has now lost 79 turnovers in his career. That's the most of any player since he entered the league in 2015. The turnovers tend to come in bunches as well. Week 1, Winston's 17th career game, throwing multiple picks. That is also the most of any player since 2015. We have a sample size now, and it's a little bit legit. So I'll say this on Overreaction Monday. Sorry, but Jameis Winston will always be a turnover machine.
This is not an overreaction, and it doesn't mean that he could ever be good. Because you look at some of those other names on that list, the Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger. But these guys find ways to make plays at important times in games. And that's what Jameis Winston hasn't done. When it gets to a point where they need a play, they need him to be efficient, make good decisions, he has not done that. And you can't win with a quarterback that you can't count on in pivotal situational football moments. And Jameis Winston hasn't shown that he can do that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ryan. And I, like you, it sounds like kind of surprised at some of the other names on the list. I was like, okay, Blake Bortles, okay, yeah. Like, whoa, wait a second. That escalated quickly. I didn't realize I was going to see Phillip and Ben on there. But, you know, it's not an overreaction for me because when you go back and watch him even play at Florida State, I mean, he was reckless with the ball. When they were ahead in games, like he would have fumbles that were bad fumbles. It was, you know, he seemed like a guy that just didn't or hadn't been groomed to have an appreciation for ball security. Yeah. And so while the interceptions are certainly, you know, noteworthy, it's the fumbles in the pocket that are oftentimes worse because of where they happen. So we're at the point now where he's played enough football that we see who he is as a quarterback and how he protects the ball.
That's the old Bill Parcells saying, if somebody shows you who they are, you better believe them. So it's not an overreaction. You know, listen, Bruce Arians authored a book, his own book, called Quarterback Whisperer. First of all, Bruce is not a whisperer. And I guarantee you he was not whispering in the locker room after the game yesterday. And, you know, Byron Leftwich is now the offensive coordinator, trying to make his mark. And certainly he's not happy with what he saw because Jameis Winston is a reflection upon them. Now, Mike Evans was not his true self yesterday physically, but it doesn't matter. This is Jameis's history. This is what he's done. And, oh, by the way, it's the last year of his rookie contract. And at this rate, he won't be back there this year.
This is a huge reason why it is the last year of his rookie contract. When you believe in the guy and you know going forward, this is the guy you want. You try to get a deal done as much as possible. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not.
No, and they brought in Bruce Arians for this reason. They've made certain moves with the hope of finding out exactly what they have, or if they know exactly what they have in Jameis Winston.
Just look at that draft class. Let's be honest. Let's look at that draft class. Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota. You know, you normally should know and be sure by now, to your point about being under a new contract. Both those guys could be in different places.
No truer words than Bruce Arians not a whisperer.
No.
He's a lot of things. One of my favorite, but a whisperer he is not. Post-game pressers, always memorable. A lot of times they are anyway. Even if some of the responses are short or in Bill Belichick's case non-existent. Sounds of week 1 coming up.
And your thoughts on Antonio Brown joining these guys now? Whatever.
Hale's there, Jarvis, Chubb. I mean, we're just going to keep working.
Because everybody's going to throw us in the trash. I think that's good.
I'm going to tell you again, they were who we thought they were.
They are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
If you want to crown them, crown them.
Yeah. If you want to crown them, then crown them.
You still got to play football.
D center comes a blitz by Greenlaw and a quick throw. Intercepted by Richard Sherman going back the other way. Richard Sherman, touchdown! San Francisco!
And your thoughts on Antonio Brown joining these guys now? Whatever.
Please, never ask me about him again, please. No, respectfully.
You know, though, what I'm going to say, right? It happens.
game.
It was 3/4 of the worst offense I've ever seen in my life.
You know, it's easy, to sit here and woe is me and all that. I'm fired up for the challenge.
Jackson wants to throw, has all day, going deep, down the middle of the field, looking for Hollywood Brown. He's got him! Dolphins 30, leg race 20, and he's going to score! Hollywood Brown, his second touchdown. The Ravens are on fire.
Not bad for a running back.
Today was an obvious situation in my mind to put him in the game, okay? And then that's it. I'm not going to play your hypothetical game.
I would say it felt like a well-oiled machine, though.
Chicks dig the long ball. How much do you like throwing it deep?
Yeah, that's a good saying.
You agree?
Yeah. Yeah, we all dig the long ball.
I almost feel like they practice that one, but maybe it's just me. Listen, I apologize. You're going to be on SportsCenter Wisconsin.
It's too late to make it up.
No, I didn't know.
It's too late.
Please tease his appearance.
No, yeah, well, of course. Ryan, that's why I'm going to be watching, so I hope that's why you're watching.
I definitely appreciate it.
Okay, we're going to make some game picks, and we'll do it on Mondays, but this week we have two. So we'll start with the first game. Saints and Texans. Who's picking first?
I'll go first.
You go? Okay.
I'm a New Orleans guy.
Yeah,
from there.
I'm a New Orleans guy, and I'm going with the New Orleans Saints 27-17. I think this offense gets rolling. As Tim mentioned earlier, this defense is underrated. They've played great the last two seasons. I expect that to continue at home tonight.
I am not from New Orleans, but I'm still picking the Saints because I think they are the better team, and playing there is absolutely brutal. Ryan took 27-17, so I'm going to give Houston a little more credit. I'm going 27-20. I think a lot of points in this one. Look, I think the Saints are a really complete team.
Yes.
I mean, there's a couple bad breaks is why we haven't seen them in the Super Bowl in recent years. And so, yeah, I think it just continues again this season.
All right, look, I'm not from New Orleans either. I am from the South, though, but in this case, that covers both teams. Yeah. So I like to be reasonable and rational. In this case, I just decided not to be. And I'm going Texans 21-17.
You know what's crazy?
Because I want to.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Reasonable and rational. When I think of you, amongst all the lovely things I think,
that's at the top of the list.
Those are neither of the two.
Fair enough. Well, then it's no change today.
Right.
That's my pick.
Okay, very good. Broncos, Raiders. I'm going with the Broncos in this one. I just think way too many distractions when you look at what the Raiders have dealt with all offseason. And so 17-10. Was that a defensive battle? Some sloppy football. What I'm expecting.
The Raiders, 27-17.
No
they band together. It's like, forget Antonio Brown. We're moving on with our team as constructed. Nobody believes in us. They're going to act just like the Tennessee Titans acted after the Cleveland win.
I hope that's the case in a lot of ways. I love Derek Carr. Good for him. I hope it. I got the Broncos. It's been a mess.
You know what? Take your victory lap on SVP after you're right about that.
That's right. All right. And you know what? SportsCenter with Hannah Storm and Keith Olbermann is next. And I can't wait to see you.